Cheers is filmed before a live studio audience.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Oh, come on. What kind of a greeting is that? When Norm comes in, you all yell, Norm! Make a big fuss over him. Is it asking too much for me to get the same treatment once in a while?
She's right. Try it again, sweetheart.
Yeah, thanks. Hello, everyone.
Norm!
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 Norm! Norm! Norm!
Norm!
Norm!
Norm! Norm! Norm!
Norm!
That's better.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
A bit of free advice. We'll tell it to you now.
Don't mess with Dave Boos.
He's always has a lot of advice to give, so you just gotta pick and choose. There's no real favorite.
There's the right way, there's the wrong way, and then there's the norm way. And that's kind of what we're looking at.
He gave me some good advice about what not to do on an aircraft carrier, especially the steel cables that could rip your arm off.
Best advice Norm ever gave me, again, probably just centers around food, because he always has advice on how to make things taste very good and what ingredients to put in, and I think he enjoys that and he shares that with people, and I appreciate it.
Norm gave me a ton of advice on all the projector stuff, which hopefully I won't forget, but learned a lot about Ike projectors, that's for sure.
Norm always had very specific instructions on like the podiums and stuff like that when I worked here, cabling and how to do it all right. And then it was usually followed up with advice as it doesn't really matter how it looks as long as you get it done and get it done right.
You'd say, just make it work. Something's broken, just make it work right now, or we had to put something together. Just make it work right now. We'll come back and make it look pretty later. That never, ever happens.
The main thing, I never really knew how to organize my office till I finally came over and saw how Norm did his, and this works great now. I mean, everything's there. You never miss anything, and you're always good to go. So thanks, Norm.
I always listen to Norm. I came from another area, and one thing I don't take for granted is a guy that has more time than me, and then you pay attention what's going on. Norm knows this campus pretty well.
Quit drinking. I was trying to sober up, and we first met. It wasn't here at Washburn, but we first met at another job at Centrex. And he gave me all the good spirits to help me get dry. And I've been dry ever since. I've been dry since 78 and clean since 79.
Memories press between the pages of my mind.
Oh, well, favorite memory's got to be the Christmas chocolate candy.
I always looked forward to the chocolates and zucchini bread every year. I ate way too much of both of them.
I think my most fondest memories of Norm really center around food. There were several times we've gone to lunch, and one I remember well when Norm drove us down to Porubsky's here in Topeka, and we enjoyed the sandwiches and hot pickles. So that's a fond memory I have of Norm.
Probably the one he told us yesterday when he talked about separating the chickens from the roosters, and how he used to clean chickens with his dad and taking care of the pigs and stuff like that, and castrating and whatever else. It was kind of nice talking old school with somebody again.
My favorite memory of Norm would be back when Lyle and I used to do the holiday album. And we were tasked with going around to all the different people on campus, and or at least in the ITS department, and getting holiday greetings from them. And Norm, of course, is a little camera shy. So whenever he'd see us coming, he would take off down the hall running, and that always just cracked me up.
I was over working on something in the police department office, and I remember Norm was up in another room and running a wire or something, but he had his head like up in the ceiling and on top of a ladder, and like probably, you know, his upper torso was way up into the ceiling. And all of a sudden I hear this enormous crash, and it goes like boom, and I ran to the other room and I was like, Norm! And Norm was on his side and the ladder was over, and a piece of the ceiling had broken over him, and there was just like ceiling dust, and I was really terrified that something bad had happened to Norm and that he was badly injured. And so I was really kind of scared. Yeah, Norm being the one thing you know about Norm is he's just entirely kind of graceful, and he just he's just a graceful faller, I guess, because he just popped right up, kind of dusted himself off. He had a cut on his arm, and we walked over to the thing, and he was totally fine, which was just kind of flabbergasting. But I think that is because Norm is a really graceful fella. You get up there and you watch him on a ladder with the security cameras, and like he'll just be one-handed things, climbing up a ladder like a monkey.
And I love to live so pleasantly.
I'll just talking a lot about the stuff we used to talk about with gardening and his cooking, and it's someone that's been around a long time at Washburn. It's amazing the stuff you didn't even you don't know you need it that day, but it comes back to it's like, oh yeah, Norm told me about that. I know something about the history behind some of this stuff. So I'll be definitely missing that.
The things I'm going to miss the most about Norm are his sense of humor. He has an excellent sense of humor and always makes you smile. Even in the most trying times, as we're trying to work through issues or problems for the campus as far as technology. I'm also going to truly miss his dedication and support of our campus faculty, students, and staff in technology, especially through the mediated classrooms. So his support there and his dedication to Washburn has been truly amazing throughout the years he's been here.
Well, I think one of the things that this campus is, in most recent years, severely lacking is characters, and Norm is a character. So, I mean, that individual person where you can go that, yes, that is, in this case, that is Norm. So that's one thing that I'm definitely going to miss, that there is somebody, special and individualized like that.
Well, I just miss his friendly demeanor and just being around him. He's always got a cheery, good morning, how's it going? And I love his laugh. It just cracks you up to listen to him laugh.
He is just a lovely guy. He'll just stand there and tell stories forever, really. But but his laugh is just so wonderful that you don't mind. And I imagine everybody will miss the zucchini bread that he would bring in, the pumpkin bread and the banana bread.
He's always cooking or baking something. On Christmas time he'll bring in cookies, candy, and then off and on, he'll bring in banana nut bread and stuff like that.
Definitely is chocolates and zucchini bread, but I wouldn't say I'm going to miss it because I expect him to continue to do that. Now that he's retired, he's going to have a lot more time to make chocolates and zucchini bread for us.
Everything from the zucchini bread, which I know other people are talking about, to all of the help he gave. I know that I bothered him constantly in the shop, asking him for help with different things, making cables, and just even going to lunch on Monday afternoons with him. That will be things that are sorely missed.
Norm always was very easy to talk to, had lots of good advice. Could just sit down and talk with him about practically anything, whether cars or cables.
The thing I'm going to miss most is how easy it was to remember his name. He just looks like Norm, you know. So the next person coming in, they probably won't look like Norm. So it's going to have to learn a new name all over again.
We solve problems together. Other people think we're cats and dogs, but that's how we solve problems. And I miss that. I miss a lot of that camaraderie type thing. And I miss my brother. He's my brother, and I really do miss that every day. We used to have that every day, so.